Is the rule of law officially dead in America's sanctuary cities? When federal agents are forced to defend their own facility against a mob while local police intentionally look the other way, we have to ask ourselves, who is actually in charge of our streets? Before we continue, if you want to stay on top of everything happening in US politics, hit that subscribe button right now and leave a like. It really helps this channel grow and ensures you get the updates that the mainstream media is afraid to touch. The scene outside the Delaney Hall Detention Center in Newark, New Jersey, this past Wednesday was nothing short of a total breakdown of civic order. We aren't just talking about a peaceful protest here, we are talking about a full-scale takeover of public roadways. While ICE agents were attempting to carry out their legal duties, a massive crowd blocked the Sally Port, effectively turning a government facility into a hostage situation of sorts. But here is the most disturbing part: the Newark Police Department was nowhere to be found. Instead, we saw protesters wearing reflective vests, acting as their own makeshift police force. They took over the duties usually reserved for the state, directing traffic on Doremus Avenue and stopping big rigs and public transit buses at will. When ICE agents tried to enter the facility, the crowd didn't just stand their ground, they surged. They threw mattresses, tree branches, and construction debris into the street to physically barricade the vehicles. Agents were forced to deploy pepper spray and other non-lethal deterrents just to push back a crowd that had essentially occupied a federal adjacent zone. Meanwhile, where were the officers? We know for a fact that Newark police were active in the city, but they were busy guarding a concert at the Prudential Center downtown. The security of the federal facility and the safety of the workers inside were apparently not a priority for the administration of Mayor Baraka. This isn't an accident, it's a policy choice. Mayor Baraka, who has been vocal about his defiance toward federal immigration enforcement, has consolidated the city's police and emergency services under his direct control. He has openly labeled cities like Newark the new thin blue line, framing local law enforcement as a shield against federal agents rather than a partner in public safety. He has even signed executive orders explicitly forbidding his officers from cooperating with ICE unless they have a specific warrant. By choosing to leave the scene at Delaney Hall completely unmonitored, the city effectively gave a green light to the agitators. This creates a terrifying precedent. If a local mayor can simply decide that his police department will not respond to or assist in maintaining order during a direct confrontation with federal law enforcement, we are witnessing a fundamental unraveling of the American federal system. When law enforcement becomes a political tool used to obstruct federal authorities rather than a neutral arbiter of the law, the public loses. And who is caught in the middle? The commuters on the bus that got trapped in the chaos, the truck drivers just trying to do their jobs, and the taxpayers who fund these departments only to see them stand down when things get heated. The administration's refusal to act is being masked by rhetoric about human rights and inferior conditions within the facility. While the debate over detention center conditions is a valid political discussion, it does not justify the total abdication of the duty to maintain public order. When you allow a mob to decide which vehicles can move and which laws apply on a city street, you aren't protecting rights, you are inviting anarchy. This is a dangerous game that puts the safety of every citizen in the area at risk. If this becomes the new norm, what happens the next time a political group decides they don't like a federal agency operating in their city? We are looking at a future where the streets of our country are governed by whoever can scream the loudest and build the biggest barricade. So, what do you think about this? Should federal funding be pulled from cities that refuse to assist federal agents when they are under attack by mobs? Drop your opinion in the comments below. I read every single one. This situation in Newark is a flashing red light for the rest of the country. If the lines between political activism and lawlessness continue to blur, the consequences for our communities will be severe. Stay vigilant, keep watching, and we will continue to hold the truth to power.